Hello friends, welcome back. In this video, we'll be discussing some more para summary questions that are generally asked for CAT and other management entrance examinations. As usual, the exercise is provided in a PDF format. The link to the exercise is provided in the video description. So please attempt the exercise first and then watch the video so that your learning becomes perfect and all your doubts are cleared and whatever learning points are there in this particular exercise are taken by you in the proper sense so that you can employ these technical learning points properly in your actual exam so that your all your questions turn out to be correct and can maximize your score. All right, so we'll go to the first question. We'll straight away skip the explanation of the passages from now on, since I expect all of you to have the adequate expertise to read and understand the passage on your own. If at all any clarifications are required, we will discuss those clarifications at the time of attempting or discussing the options. So, the option A is talking about PSRA1 gene mutation is the major cause of pancreatitis disease in India. So the passage is basically talking about the causes of pancreatitis disease, and it says that this two organizations they have found that already there is a discovery or there is a finding that this particular mutated gene. What is a mutated gene? A gene that undergoes certain changes in the human body that is called a mutated gene. So this the structure of the gene is changing due to certain external influences, so it becomes mutated, and this mutation causes a lot of diseases. So PUSA1 gene is already established or already proven to be the cause of pancreatitis. And the latest study by these two institutes, they have found that especially among Indians, there is one more gene which is responsible for causing this disease, that is PUSRA1. So one is PUSA1, another one is PUSRA1. And for the sake of easy explanation, we can talk about the first gene as PUSA1, second one as PUSRA1. So this is the discovery. So PUSRA1 gene mutation is a major cause of pancreatitis disease in India. Is this a good summary? The passage is saying that for the first time, this PUSRA1 is shown to be playing a role in disease pathogenesis in India. What is disease pathogenesis? The development of a disease is known as a disease pathogenesis. So here it says that for the first time, this gene is also found to be playing a role. Whether it is a major role or a minor role, we don't know. The passage says that already we know that PUSA1 is causing the disease called pancreatitis, but in Indians, PUSRA1 is also causing the disease. But whether it is a major cause, the passage is not saying anywhere that this is a major cause for pancreatitis disease in Indians. So this cannot be a good summary because it is actually incorrect. Option B, among Indians, pancreatitis disease sets in when mutated genes PUSA1 and PUSRA1 are present in a person. So here the option is saying that both these genes have to be present in a particular person for the disease to happen. But what the passage says earlier, we know that if you have this mutated gene called PUSA1, you are likely to get the disease. Now it is shown that PUSRA1 also, if you have this mutated gene of PUSRA1, you are likely to get the disease. So the passage does not say that both of these have to be present. The option says that PUSRA1 and PUSRA1 need to be present in a person. No. And further, if you see the last sentence, you can say that the onset of the disease is earlier in individuals having PUSRA1, means the disease starts early in persons who have only PUSRA1 than in persons who have only PUSRA1. So from this also it is very clear that either PUSRA1 or PUSRA1 can cause the disease. Whereas this option says that when mutated genes PUSRA1 and PUSRA1 are present in a person. So because of this, and you can say that this is contradicting what the passage is saying, so not your answer. Option C, PUSRA1 gene mutation is the predominant cause of early onset of pancreatitis in a disease in India. So for the early onset, what it says, if you have this PUSRA1 gene, you are probably likely to get the disease early. This is what the last sentence is saying. That the onset of disease was earlier in individuals having the Pusavan gene. So Pusavan genes is, we know that already it is a cause of pancreatitis, and furthermore, the early onset of pancreatitis is because of Pusavan. So from this we can say Pusavan gene mutation is the predominant cause of early onset. Yes, it's a good statement. This is not having any contradictions or variations from what the passage is saying. Even though it is not talking about the main idea. What is the main idea in the passage? The main idea in the passage is not about Pusravan. It is a Pusavan. It is about Pusravan, because it says that Pusavan gene is also found to be responsible for the cause of the disease, especially among Indians. So that particular aspect is not given here. So even though it is talking about something correct, it is not talking about the main point. But since this is a statement which does not have any factual inaccuracies, keep it in your mind, because we have already eliminated two options. So if option D is also eliminated, then we will have no other option but to go for this answer, even though it is not talking about the main idea. So always the best answer will always be the answer that talks about the main idea in the passage. But if you are not able to find such an option, any other option which talks about supplementary ideas should be your summary. So this is the learning point you should note from this particular question. Option D, Pusavan gene mutation affects the digestion of proteins. This itself is wrong. Why? It is the Pusravan gene mutation which plays a key role in the digestion of our proteins, whereas option says that Pusravan gene mutation is affecting the digestion. That too is wrong, because even if you assume it to be Pusravan, it is playing a key role and affecting the digestion. They are affecting means adversely or negatively impacting. Playing a role means it is a positive. For most of the time, it will be positive. So uh, one problem is Pusavan gene mutation is affecting digestion. No, it is Pusaravan gene mutation which is linked with the digestion of proteins, and it is not affecting, it is playing a key role. So thereby causing pancreatitis, again wrong, because it is, we don't know whether the Pusavan gene mutation is causing this disease because it affects the digestion of proteins. The option implies that this gene is causing the digestion of affecting the digestion of proteins, thereby causing pancreatitis, which is wrong. So that is why this option is again wrong. So we have no other go but to accept option C as the best answer, even though it is not talking about the main point or the main idea in the passage. This will be our summary. So this is the learning point you should understand from this particular question. All right, go to the next question. We will straight away go to the options. Without collaborating with the industry, engineering colleges cannot improve their curriculum. What the passage is saying, the passage is saying that the industry, even though economy is going very well, and the industry, all industries need workers, because when economy is functioning well, means there will be a lot of demand. So there will be a lot of manufacturing for which workers are needed. So industries need workers, but they are concerned with the problem because they are not able to get the workforce with the required skill and expertise and innovative skills from among the graduates who are passing out of engineering colleges, because of the curriculum or the syllabus that is followed by engineering colleges is not in line with the requirements of the industry. So that is why industry leaders are planning to collaborate with engineering colleges to design the courses and to develop the required skills among the students. This is what the passage is saying. So without collaborating with the industry, engineering colleges cannot improve their curriculum. So who has taken the initiative here? It is the industry that has taken the initiative to develop the or change the curriculum of engineering colleges, because they need a skilled workforce. So what the passage is saying, passage is that engineering colleges have no other option but to collaborate with the industries to change their curriculum or to improve their curriculum. We don't know. That is not implied in the passage. What the passage is implying is that without collaborating with the engineering colleges, industry cannot get the skilled workforce. That is what the passage is implying. That is why industry is taking the initiative. Otherwise, engineering colleges would take the initiative. Here, engineering colleges are not taking the initiative to change the syllabus or to impart the proper training to the students. It is the industry or the companies which are doing it. So, what it is a question of survival for the companies, not for the engineering colleges. So that is why this option is not correct. It is not implied in the passage. The passage is not saying that engineering colleges are not able to improve their curriculum unless they collaborate with the industry, because it is the not the engineering colleges that are taking the initiative to change the curriculum, it is industry. Because ultimately they are affected if the people who pass out of engineering colleges are not having the required skills. So that is why this is not a good option as a summary. Option B, major businesses are in India are disillusioned with the available talent pool. So here we know that all the engineering industries are, or the major industries are going on to start hiring in large numbers, but there is a problem that they are facing. And what is the problem? They are concerned about the unavailability of skilled workforce. So majority of businesses are concerned about the unavailability of skilled workforce. Means they want to hire the people, but they are not satisfied with the skills available for the people who are available for employment. So what is the meaning here? Major businesses in India are not happy. Disillusion means they are dissatisfied or they don't have intentions or expectations with the available talent pool. Talent pool means people who are available for jobs. That is called the talent pool. So major businesses in India are disillusioned with the available talent pool. Good answer. Keep it in your mind. This can be your probable answer. Option C, the root cause of the problems the Indian industry faces today is the unavailability of an ideal workforce is for its needs due to our outdated engineering syllabus. So this part is correct. The unavailability of a ideal workforce suited for its needs, etc., is correct. But what is wrong? The problems. When you say the root cause of the problems means, it means that the entire cause of all the problems Indian industry is facing today. The passage is not discussing all the problems industry is facing. The passage is discussing only one problem that the industry leaders are concerned about. Whether this is the most important problem, that is not given. It is a problem that the industry is facing, which is the non-availability of skillful workforce. Whereas option says that the root cause of the problems the Indian industry facing means the root cause of all the problems of the industry. That is wrong. So that is why this cannot be a good answer, even though the second part is correct. Because of the single word problems, this becomes a wrong answer. That is why you need to read carefully and then come to an answer. Do not jump to any particular answer just because you understood the passage. Option D, the major industry leaders are dissatisfied with their existing workforce. Is it implied in the passage that the industry is not happy with whatever employees they have at present? They want to hire more employees because the economy is developing and there is a lot of demand. But the problem is that the people who are available for employment, they are not having the required skills. The passage does not suggest that the existing employees are not having the required skills. No, the major industries leaders are dissatisfied with their existing workforce. It is not given. They want to add new people to the workforce because they have more demand. But the available workforce that is there for employment, they are not having the required skills. So their dissatisfaction is not with the existing workforce, but the future workforce. That is why this option also will not be a correct answer. So the correct answer is option B. Major businesses in India are disillusioned with the available talent pool. What is the learning point here also? See, the major point in the passage is not coming in the options, because the major point in the passage is not about the businesses unhappy with the talent pool. The major point is about how industries and businesses are trying to collaborate with engineering colleges so that the people who pass out are having the required skills that are needed for the companies. So that is the main point. That is not given in the option. So the only option that is selected as the best option is something that gives a supplementary idea, not the main idea. But you should be satisfied with this because all the other options are having uh, contradictions or they are not correct as far as the passage is concerned. So this is something you need to be very careful about, and otherwise you will go wrong. Especially in this case, you might go for option C as an answer, which will be wrong. So that is why very careful analysis is required before coming at the or arriving at the correct answer in para summary questions. All right, go to the third question. Again, we will straight away go to the options. The Indian government is ready to engage with Pakistan to make progress on the Pathankot issue, but it is also cautious of the attacks that come from Pakistan. The passage is saying that the government of India is giving a dual message to Pakistan. What is the dual message? Two messages. So two messages together are given to Pakistan. What is the first message? That the Indian government is ready to engage with Pakistan, means cooperate with Pakistan to ensure it makes progress on the Pathankot investigation. It makes progress. It means who? Whenever a pronoun is stated in a sentence, it always refers to the noun that is stated immediately before it. So, Pakistan. So, Pakistan has to make progress on the Pathankot investigation, for which India is ready to continue to cooperate with Pakistan. What is the second message? Second message, India is making clear that the Sharif government means Nawaz Sharif government, which was the government at that time. So would have to show sincerity at least it is from their territory that the maximum attacks are coming. So in return, Indian government wants the Pakistani government to show sincerity as it is from their territory, attacks are coming. So maximum attacks against India are coming from the territory of Pakistan. So the Nawaz Sharif government should be sincere in their approach towards India, just like India is cooperating with Pakistan so that Pakistan makes progress in the Pathankot investigation. See, these are the two messages. So Indian government is ready to engage with Pakistan to make progress on the Pathankot issue, correct? But it is also cautious of the attacks that come from Pakistan. It is definitely cautious. But what is the second message? Second message is not about India becoming cautious. It is about India asking Pakistan to be sincere about the sincere in their approach towards India because it is from their territory that maximum attacks are coming. So the second part is wrong because this is not stated, and whatever is required is not stated in the passage, the options. So option A cannot be stated as a good summary. Option B, the Indian government is back to being engaged with Pakistan. What is the problem here? Indian government said it would continue to engage. Means Indian government has always been engaging with Pakistan or discussing with Pakistan or cooperating with Pakistan to ensure that Pakistan makes progress on the Pathankot investigation. Whereas this option says that India government is back to being engaged with Pakistan, means India government was not engaged with Pakistan previously. Now they have come back to being engaged. So earlier, India government was engaging with Pakistan. In between, they stopped cooperating with Pakistan. Now they are back to being engaged with Pakistan. That is the meaning when you state India government is back to being engaged with Pakistan. Whereas the passage says that India government is continuing to engage with Pakistan. So that is why this here itself you can stop reading because this is wrong. The other parties, all right, there is no problem here, but because of this problem, option B can be eliminated. Option C, the Indian government is continuing to engage with Pakistan on the Pathankot investigation, correct? But it also emphasizes the Sharif government's sincerity in tackling the issue as it is from their territory that maximum attacks are happening. It appears to be correct, but if you read closely, there is a small problem. It also emphasizes the Sharif government's sincerity in tackling the issue. The issue means what? The Pathankot issue. So it says that Sharif, it also emphasizes the Sharif government's sincerity. Means what? Indian government is emphasizing that Sharif government is sincerely tackling the issue. See, the passage is not about India emphasizing Sharif government's sincerity. India is emphasizing the need for Sharif government to be sincere in tackling the issue. The issue means not the Pathankot issue, but the issue with India. So the Pathankot issue and the issue with India are two different things. Don't confuse that these are the same thing. Whereas in this option, in tackling the issue means tackling the Pathankot issue, and emphasizing the Sharif government sincerity means Indian government is confident, or India government itself is emphasizing that Sharif government is very sincere in tackling the issue. Wrong. What the Indian government wants is Sharif government to be sincere in tackling the issue. So that is why these two problems are there, as a result of which this option will not be correct. So since we have eliminated all the three options in the beginning itself, obviously the last option will be our answer. Indian government continues to engage with Pakistan to aid its progress on the Pathankot investigation. Correct. Its progress means Pakistan's progress. So Pakistan has to progress in the Pathankot investigation, for which India is cooperating, while emphasizing that Sharif government has to display reciprocity to the Indian approach. What is reciprocity? When you show sincerity to engage with Pakistan, Pakistan also should show sincerity in engaging with India in whatever problems we have. So that is why Sharif government has to display reciprocity to the Indian approach. So India is sincere and cooperating with Pakistan. So Pakistan also has to be sincere and cooperative with India. That is a meaning. So this is why option D can be a good summary. This is the only correct summary. All others can be eliminated because of obvious inconsistencies or contradictions. All right, question number 4. Okay, all path breakers are seen in relation to their predecessors, such as Julius Caesar, Jesus, and Newton. So here, what is the this thing? We know the from the passage we know that all path breakers, or any person who does something anything for a first time is known as a path breaker or a pioneer. So all pioneers are seen first and foremost. So for the first time and most importantly, they are judged or they are defined in terms of whoever have gone before them. That is why predecessors. Examples are given. Julius Caesar wept, comparing his own deeds in his early 30s with those of Alexander the Great. So when Julius Caesar realized that Alexander the Great had done more heroic deeds by the age of 30 than Julius Caesar, Julius Caesar wept. That is the meaning. So Alexander the Great might have lived. From this, we should know that Alexander the Great has lived much before Julius Caesar. So that is why Julius Caesar was judging himself by comparing himself with Alexander the Great. Jesus in the Gospels was explicitly compared with Elijah from the Old Testament. So Old Testament is a older document, or it is supposed to be the precursor to the Bible. So so Jesus was always compared with Elijah from the Old Testament. Again, the same thing. And Newton, in lessening his own role as discoverer of natural laws, claimed to stand on the shoulders of giants. Means Newton was always humble enough to say that I have not done anything great in discovering the laws. I have just followed up with the works of earlier people. That is why he was always very humble. He lessened his own role. So he tried to downplay his own role in discovering the nature's laws, and claiming that he had only developed the works of other giants who had gone before him. So that is why all the pioneers are judged, or they are assessed in terms of their predecessors. Now, all path breakers option A says all path breakers are seen in relation to their predecessors, such as Julius Caesar, Jesus, and Newton. Means when you use this expression such as, what it refers to, these such as is referring to predecessors. So from this, we should understand that Julius Caesar, Jesus, and Newton were the predecessors. No, it is wrong. The passage says that Julius Caesar, Jesus, and Newton were the people who came after. The respective predecessors were Alexander the Great, Elia, and these shoulders of giants. So that is what other big scientists who lived and worked before Newton. So that is why this option is wrong, because all path breakers are seen in relation to their predecessor. The option should be all path breakers such as Julius Caesar, Jesus, and Newton are seen in relation to their predecessors. That would be the correct answer. So here this is wrong. Path breakers such as Julius Caesar, Jesus, and Newton are repeatedly compared to their predecessors. So what is the problem here? Repeatedly. It says that the passage says that first and foremost. So for initially they will be compared with their predecessors, and that is the most important comparison. Whereas option says that repeatedly they are compared to their predecessors. That passage is not talking about whether this repeated comparison is made or not. So this is wrong again. All pathbreakers, such as Julius Caesar, Jesus, and Newton, are seen in relation to their predecessors. Correct. They are judged in relation to their predecessors. So this is a correct statement. Keep it in your mind. Pathbreakers, such as Julius Caesar, Jesus, and Newton, had to accept being compared to their predecessors. What is the problem here? Had to accept. What is the implication of this expression? Had to accept means they were really not happy being compared with their predecessors, but they grudgingly accepted it. Even though they did not like it, they had to accept because they had no other option. Is this what the passage is saying? No. Passage is saying that they willingly compared themselves. They were ready to compare themselves with their predecessors. That is why Julius Caesar wept. Means he was willingly comparing himself with Alexander the Great, and he became sad when he realized that Alexander the Great had done many much greater things by his the age of 30 than Julius Caesar. So he was not unwilling in the, or he did not resent or did not accept the comparison. He himself compared with the he compared himself with Alexander the Great willingly. So in the same way, Jesus, we don't know whether it is willing or unwilling, but anyway, Jesus is, the passage does not say that Jesus was not happy with the comparison with Elia and Newton. Definitely, he willingly compared himself, and he was lessening his own role. Means he had very gracefully, he was accepting that he is not that great compared to the scientists who lived before him. So all of them were not this like this option. The option says that they were not happy with being compared. That is not correct. The passage is not conveying the sense that they were not happy being compared to their predecessors, though this is wrong. So the correct answer is option C again. All right, question number 5. This is talking about estuaries and how estuaries are very diverse, dynamic environments because they have to adapt themselves to a lot of challenges because of physical and chemical changes in the water levels, the salinity, etc. But at the same time, since they are very productive, estuaries are very productive also because they a lot of minerals and other nutrients from both the sea as well as the river is present in the estuary, so it supports a lot of life organisms, and it is that is why it is a productive ecosystem. And because of its dynamic nature and because of the variety of food available, humans are also preferring to settle near estuaries, but that is again causing a problem with the health of the estuary because wherever people are there, they will destroy the system that we know. So, because of that, it impacts the health of the ecosystem. This is what the passage is saying. Option estuaries, the areas where river meet the ocean, are challenging and productive ecosystems because they receive nutrients from rivers as well as oceans. So, here, challenging and productive ecosystems because they receive nutrients. This is wrong. They are productive ecosystems because they receive nutrients that is given here. Estuaries are very productive ecosystems. They receive nutrients from both bodies of water and can support a variety of lifestyle. That is why they are productive. So but they are challenging because of the physical and chemical changes that frequently occur in the estuaries. So that is why challenging and productive because of the receipt of nutrients is not correct. They are productive because of the receipt of nutrients will be correct. So this is wrong. Option B, organisms that live near estuaries need to be very adaptive because of their changing nature. Their changing nature means the changing nature of the estuaries. So, and humans pose a risk to the health of this ecosystem. It is talking about the challenges to organisms and how humans are posing a risk. So, 2 points regarding estuaries are given. They are correct also. This could be a possible answer. Keep it in your mind. Humans prefer to settle near estuaries due to their dynamic and productive nature. They are challenging and productive because of their changing nature. They are productive because of the receipt of nutrients from both bodies of water and can support a variety of lifestyle. That is why they are productive. So, the correct answer is option D again. All right, question number 6. Humans prefer to settle near estuaries due to their dynamic and productive nature. and this human presence could lead to the destruction of the ecosystem. The first part is correct. Humans prefer to settle in restaurants due to the dynamic and productive nature. And this human presence could lead to the destruction of the ecosystem is a very excessive statement. The passage says that it can impact the health. It can impact the health of the ecosystem means it can have a negative impact on the health of the ecosystem. Having a negative impact on the health and total destruction of the ecosystem, they are two different things. So this is why it is an extreme statement. This inference cannot be made from whatever facts are given to us in the passage. As a result of which, this cannot be a good summary. Option D, estuaries where rivers meet other large water bodies are challenging but productive ecosystems that can support a variety of life, including humans. So this is a very good summary. It contains all the main points. It talks about what are estuaries, why they are there, what are the nature, they are challenging, but they're very productive. They support a variety of life, and humans also prefer to live near estuaries. So all the important points are given in the option, whereas the option B is only talking about two of the points. The main points are not given: the challenging ecosystem, the productive ecosystem, and supporting a variety of life. All these things are not given in option B. That is why option D is a better answer than option. This is why option B should be the answer. All right, that's all for now. I hope you have got some learning points from the exercise. If you have liked the content, please like, share, and subscribe so that I get motivated to come out with further videos. Thank you. Bye bye.